Hey everyone, Kerry here with Ask Kolat, presented by RUDIS. Hey, if you have questions, please leave them at the bottom of the video, or tweet them at me, or email RUDIS and they'll get them to me. The question I had this week was my rubber knee defense. I think RUDIS had posted something the other day and kind of spurred up the conversation. And so I never had seen anybody do that. You know, a lot of people talk about the backflip I did, and I never take credit for it. I said years ago, a guy named Bailey, I saw him do it at the Midlands and then went and developed it. And now you see other people, you know, doing the backflip out of singles, and it's kind of a cool defense and unsuspecting, not so much unsuspecting anymore, I would say, but the rubber knee, for me, that one was something I don't really know when I started doing it. I think I started doing it in college. I think years later I found out that the Steiner brothers from Iowa, who competed at Iowa, were actually doing it as well. But I had never seen them do it. And I just found myself in the position one day and realized I could twist a little bit more than most people. You know, there's some flexibility in the knee, but what a lot of people don't realize is it's more hip than anything. It's hip placement. And then it's a twisting of the leg, and I never really felt any torque. I stretched it a couple times competing with it, but you know, here's what happened to me over time, and I think a lot of guys who develop something or really master something I got an extreme amount of confidence in that position. You know, I felt to the point where if somebody got on my right leg when I was competing, that I was in the driver's seat, and it was pure confidence at that point. And I'd find a way to win the position somehow. And, you know, I think it's like you look at John Smith and his low single. That guy believed he was going to get your ankle anytime he wanted. And, you know, the best guys get an extreme focus, especially in an area that they've developed or harnessed. And they just, that confidence, they just win every scramble. It's like Jordan Burroughs. That guy believes he gets his fingertips behind your knees, he's going to run through you on a double. I mean, so for me, the rubber knee saved my butt a lot of times. The biggest thing that I would say that it did in my career was there's nothing more draining on your opponent to when he takes a deep offensive position, and at that point you're able to kill it, crush it, stop it, and then if you can get to the point where you're scoring off of his deep offense, it's mentally draining on someone. And so I realized that, and it got to a point where, you know, somebody got to the leg, whether it was world championships, you know, any kind of big event, I just felt really good there. I can't remember a guy really scoring on me in that position later in my career. If I got scored on, I don't really remember it coming off a guy getting to my right leg and scoring there. You know, I was able to twist that hip and drain people with that position. And so that's kind of how it came about. I mean, it's not... it wasn't some, you know, me working in the wrestling room over and over again saying, hey, let's tweak this position. I think I just fell into it one day. And when I fell into it, I realized I could twist. And at that point, it became an art form for me, how far I could take that knee, how far I could take that hip. And then I developed some scoring positions off of it, whether it was just a goal behind. But man, I always believed even if I didn't score on you and you got to the leg and I shut you down, that I was taking away a lot of your mental capacity to stay focused during a bout, and so it was a great position for me. Anyway, keep the questions coming. You got any more questions? I'm happy to answer, and keep firing them away.